everyone, welcome to another episode of the OG Budacast. I'm Matt Hayward, your host, as usual, joined by the illustrious Keith Messias out there, and hopefully now the safe streets of Baltimore. How you doing, Keith?
Doing all right, keeping it real.
But that was an interesting few days out your way with the riots and whatnot. So
it was. Like I said, man, I'm like 20 minutes out of the city. I'm perfectly
okay. So you didn't have your hoodie on and you weren't burning down CVS.
No, I wasn't. Like I wasn't doing anything like that.
But they did get the verdict today. They did find that the cops essentially murdered him.
Well, they got the charges today. So.
That's pretty rough.
We'll see how the rest of the things go, but I'm hopeful. What's her face? State's attorney sounds like a pretty badass lady. So
yeah, I've just been reading tweets online. I mean, obviously it's big news that and not news that we really typically cover on the Budacast here. Just kind of
current events.
Kind of weave that in because Keith lives out there and you never know. So anyways, let's get to real life. And real life to us is playing video games and watching geeky shows and movies and the Avengers and Funko Pops. So today we want to talk about, we're kind of framing this Budacast as a Entertainment Buddha's current state of game development opinion cast. So we're going to look at two, I don't really want to call them recent trends. They've kind of been around for a while, but it's becoming a more and more popular game development tactic, and that is the DLC train, which is just literally off the rails at this point. I mean, there's not a single game that comes out without the day one DLC. I mean, if you think back to the Xbox 360, PS3 era, hell, DLC really wasn't even a thing for the first couple years, and then it slowly showed up, but it was usually, a few months after the main game came out, you get a DLC offering, a Skyrim mission, Fallout 3 missions. But these days, shit, before the game even releases, developers and publishers are trying to heap all sorts of DLC down our throats. You could take the argument that DLC is optional. You don't have to buy it, and I side with you. But sometimes a lot of the DLC we're getting, and Keith, I don't know if you agree, but a lot of the DLC is shit that you should probably already be in the game, or at least be something you unlock in a game, like especially skins. I mean, yeah, the whole skin DLC thing is just out of control.
I couldn't agree with you more, man.
I mean, a recent one is Mortal Kombat X. Again, you don't have to buy all the skins, but
or like all the different versions of Street Fighter 4.
It's like I mean, with MKX, I'd be happy to pay for Predator, Jason, people that aren't in the game.
Oh yeah, that have no place whatsoever in the Mortal Kombat canon.
I mean, literally, you get a suit for Cassie Cage, another suit for her dad, a suit for her mom, a pink suit for her mom. It's just like, okay. And again, you don't have to buy this shit. It just feels like developers and publishers now know how much cash they can make on DLC, so it becomes a part of their design process, which takes content that 5-10 years ago we would have already had in the game. It might have been hidden under we had to beat a boss to unlock it or score a certain number of points, but now it's pretty much the standard for game design. So we're going to talk about some of this DLC stuff, namely related to this week's announcements of the Batman Arkham Knight DLC fiasco. And then from there, we want to kind of transition into another current trend, or one that's becoming more popular, if you will, and that is multiplayer-centric titles. So, we think about Evolve, Titanfall, Star Wars Battlefront was just revealed, but they're dropping single-player campaigns, or campaigns in general are just gone. They don't even consider them. You just get multiplayer, and me personally, I'm not a fan of that. So we're going to discuss that and how Keith feels and I feel and how we can fix the world, I guess. So that's what's on the docket today, my friends. So let's get right into the DLC issue, and we're going to start talking about the Batman Arkham Knight reveal. So Rocksteady and WB announced earlier this week that Batman Arkham Knight will have a season pass. I know, big surprise, but the season pass is $40 fucking dollars. $40. The main game is $60. And you might be going, well, hey, Matt, I mean, maybe there's a bunch of content that warrants essentially a game and a half, if you will. But you read the description that they put out, and it literally is generic as vanilla. I mean, there's no indication of what you're getting besides, ooh, you'll get a new campaign mission. Ooh, you'll get a skin. Ooh, there'll be a new challenge map. Ooh, there's going to be this. And it's like, has it really gotten to the point where they feel they can just charge ridiculous amounts for DLC and not even tell us what it is, what we're paying for? I mean, what the fuck? What do you think about that? I mean, is that...
Yeah, dude, people are going to buy these stupid season passes because they're like, oh, I need to get the full game experience. But like you were saying, like since when did the full game experience stop being about paying $60 for the game?
Yeah,
you know?
I mean, that's a heavy investment in and of itself.
Yeah.
And then they want to lump on another $40 to get... And I mean, if you've played the Batman games, I don't know if you have, but... all the challenge map it's that fucking generic multiplayer arena. It's not even multiplayer. You just fight bots. I mean, who cares?
It's not even, it's cool, but it's not that cool.
Yeah, I mean...
It's not $40 cool.
And a campaign mission, that sounds fantastic, but they don't detail it whatsoever. I mean, it could be a 30-minute campaign mission. It could be a go fetch quest campaign mission, or it could be, a 3-4 hour edition of the game, which would be nice. Is that worth $40? Absolutely not. But that type of DLC I can stomach. When the DLC actually enhances or enriches the core gameplay experience, I'm okay with that. I mean... me personally, I have really gotten out of the whole DLC thing and season passes especially. Not that season passes are bad. I mean, the concept, if you look at it, you can get or sign up to basically commit to buying all the game's DLC at a discount. So if you are a super fan, especially, multiplayer games, Call of Duties, Halos, I mean, it kind of makes sense because if you love the multiplayer and you're going to be playing it for months and months and months after the game releases, why not try to save a little cash on the new map?
Especially when the Call of Duty season passes are like $50?
Yeah.
Like the Battlefield one was $50. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, and the whole thing, like we were saying, it's becoming obscene. And it's because gamers buy into it. Trust me, this is a capitalistic society. If publishers and developers weren't seeing returns on DLC, they would not be doing it. The fact that it has become so rampant and prominent in game design, it means that a lot of people are eating this shit up. And I myself have fallen victim to it. I mean, if you're a fanboy of something, it's very hard to not push that trigger, that add to cart. Or when the GameStop guy says, hey, do you want the season pass for an extra 50? It's like...
but you can pre-order the season pass.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, pretty soon they're going to be giving out pre-order bonuses for DLC.
Yeah.
Which is just ridiculous to think about. I mean, I remember when pre-order bonuses were essentially what this Batman Arkham Knight DLC technically is. A pre-order bonus, you get a couple cool free skins. And
like that one like Iron Man looking armor in Mass Effect 3.
Yeah, I mean,
it's that's cool. It doesn't really do anything, but...
I'm all about pre-ordering and getting exclusive stuff for pre-ordering.
I will disagree with you on that, but that's cool.
More. You don't like pre-orders?
Nah, fuck pre-orders.
Is it because certain outlets get exclusive items that
Yep, it's because people are locking content away
you into a brand
behind
like a retail.
Certain retailers, and you're essentially giving developers your money for a game that hasn't, like, you don't know if it's going to be good. Like you're giving them the money saying, okay, well, like I'm going to pay for this regardless if it's a heaping, steaming piece of Assassin's Creed Unity trash.
So I'm going to go out on a limb here. You definitely don't like Steam's early access platform then, do you?
I don't.
To me, that's almost worse than pre-ordering.
I don't have a gaming PC, so I don't.
Okay, well, just real simply what it is, I'm not sure if you know exactly what it is or people out there listening, but Steam Early Access, I mean, you and I could create a game. Mm-hmm. It could be about a pixelized turd that needs to find his way out of toilet land. And as long as it gets greenlit, it goes up on Early Access, and we can charge full fucking price for an alpha. I mean, not even a beta. I mean, it can be alpha content, and we can ask people to pay full price with, hey, when the game comes out, you'll have it, and you'll be you're an early adopter, this, that, and the other thing. But there have been titles on Steam Early Access that people have paid $60 for, and then the developers just completely abandoned the game. Yeah, so that to me is a little more dangerous than a pre-order. I mean, a pre-order, you're not fully locked in. You might be $5 in, but it's not like you had to pay the whole price.
True. I'll agree to that point about the pre-orders. Like, you're right. It's just $5. You decide, if you don't pick it up that day, or like you wait for a review embargo to lift or whatever, you read your reviews and you find out that, and like, oh, hey, the game's not that great. You go and you say, hey, can I have my $5 back? Like, whatever, no big deal. I don't know. I liken the what you were saying, the early access program. That sounds a lot like backing a game on Kickstarter, if you know what I mean.
Except you pay the full price.
Yeah.
On Kickstarter, you can get away with a 99-cent donation.
Yeah, true. Well, that's like if you're like, oh, I really believe in this, and you drop $100.
Yeah, you go for the super tier. Yeah, right.
You're like, I want to like get jerked off by the developers, like have $1,000.
Sign me up. Yeah, I'm jaded over Kickstarter, period. I'll never buy another gaming device from there. I mean, I did the Ouya, I did the Game Stick, and they're all just piles of shit. I mean, they're just Android shitholes that you plug into a TV. I've backed a digital watch on there that ended up just being a complete piece of shit, and I've backed, and it's been approved, and it's been almost a year and a half, and they still haven't shipped it. It's this like Catch 7 kind of GoPro replacement camera. So I'm done with Kickstarter. It's a great idea, but the people, and I think the people on there, I don't think they're going on there with the intent to rip people off. I think they do believe in their product, and they do want to bring it to market. But once their product gets approved and blows up, then the reality hits them like, oh fuck, we're a real company now. We need a distribution model. We need trucks. We need this, that, and the other thing. And then they're like, shit, we need more money.
Yeah.
So it's like, I mean, I guess that's kind of in line with our talk today. The whole Kickstarter trend is definitely a new type of game development. What I like yesterday, I did a little post on this game called XO from Jump Drive Studios, and what they're on Square Enix new collective site. Again, I don't know if you're familiar with that. I wasn't until I researched the piece yesterday, but essentially, if a game gets on the Square Enix collective, fans can vote. They're not voting with money. They're literally just voting with feedback or a click of a button. And at the end of a 28-day period, if the Square Enix collective overlords see enough positive feedback, it's not like they're going to fund the game, but what they will do is put their stamp of approval on it and help back it on whatever crowdfunding platform the developers choose.
Okay, so they'll throw like some publicity.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Stuff behind
so they're kind of vetting it, and they're getting gamers in early to provide feedback. Like, you can look at assets and be like, I think that looks fucking stupid, and the developers will see that, and they may change it if enough people bitch about it. So I kind of dig that
actually sounds
platform.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, because you obviously have a well-established publisher developer overseeing this. They're not fully invested, so that it's not like they're pushing it on people. I mean, they truly want the community to vote on it. And it's only a 28-day period, so I mean, if you don't make it by the end of that 28 days, see you later. I guess go on Kickstarter yourself and see what happens. But that's kind of cool. So anyways, back to the DLC.
Yeah.
The whole Batman thing obviously rubbed a lot of people the wrong way this week. I don't tend to lose sleep over this type of shit. I can see why people get angry. I mean, the whole gaming, anyone that is a gamer, we're all a little mental, and we all get very worked up over our passions, be it, movie brands, characters, video game brands, publisher brands. So it's not like I wasn't surprised, but it is definitely a little shady, especially because it's so mysterious as to what the content is. What are you paying $40 for?
Yeah.
Is it truly just a couple skins, a challenge map, a Batmobile skin, and an hour campaign mission? It's like,
Probably.
$40 is a little rough. I know. So I will definitely not be getting that. I also have really stepped back from buying the super duper collector editions of things too, because those pack-ins have gone from actually really cool Halo 3 Master Chief Head. I mean, come on. Anyone
that was
that
the
has
best thing
has
ever.
to agree that is one of the greatest fucking collector's editions of all time. I also have a pretty sweet Marcus Phoenix statue from, I think it was Gears 3 maybe.
I think so,
I
too.
like that. That was nice. I have a cool Death Mask from Darksiders 2. But now, I mean...
the Modern Warfare 2 night vision goggles. Those were badass.
Yeah. What was it? Was it the third one? You could actually get a fucking remote-controlled C-130?
Oh, my God. Yeah, that was... Yeah.
I mean, that stuff, I'm like, yeah, that's kind of neat. But even that shit's gone away, and it's just, it's replaced with digital pre-order bonuses for the most part.
Or you can pay $250 to get a giant Titan, get an Atlas, and then nothing else.
Dude, trust me, I almost bought into that because I was all over the Titanfall bandwagon, and I'm not saying it's a shitty game. I didn't expect my interest to dry up as quickly as it did, and that'll lead into our second discussion. It's just I don't enjoy just pure multiplayer games. I'm kind of, maybe it's an age thing, but I do like having a little sandbox to go play with myself. No pun intended there. I don't play with myself in sandboxes. I do that in the bathroom like normal people. But, it's like, I was not expecting that to just crash and burn. So yeah. I'm glad it did not. I'm glad I'm not staring at a big Titan statue right now in my land of many collectibles. So before we move on to that, though, I just want to kind of go in and get a little personal here, and let's bring up, the best DLC we have ever experienced, B, the worst, and C, the most we've ever spent on DLC. So I guess I'll kick it off with the best DLC I've ever had, and I'm going to cheat because I'm going to throw two games in there, but they're from the same publishing house, and that would be Skyrim and Fallout 3. Both of the games, the DLC, I mean, yeah, I think Skyrim had some knick-knacky shit, but for the most part, that content added upwards of 5 to 6 hours per DLC drop to the campaign. I mean, it was full-fledged new content. It expanded the game, expanded the narrative, allowed you to, increase your rank, get better gear, this, that, and the other thing. And the same thing happened with Fallout 3. I mean, yeah, there's some knick-knacky stuff, but it added a whole other element. I think Fallout 3 actually had a post-ending DLC that kind of carried on the game after the ending.
Yeah.
That type of stuff I can get behind. Because it is enriching the core game experience, and I don't believe they were $40. It might have been $15, $10 at the time,
something like that.
Yeah, so those are my best DLCs to date, at least for me, and that just shows how long it's been since I've deemed DLC to be a worthwhile experience.
Right. Yeah.
So how about you? What's your best
I got
DLC?
agreement. The Bethesda stuff.
Yeah, they seem to just do it right.
I didn't even buy, and I didn't really get into Fallout 3 that much, but I didn't even buy the DLC for Oblivion as DLC. I bought it as part of the Game of the Year edition. But the Shivering Isles pack for that is, 1, massive, 2, better than the original game. So
that's huge. Yeah, I mean that's well worth. So, how much did that cost?
Yeah, you want to? Oh, I think the Game of the Year edition was like $40 or something like that. After a while,
and it had
everything. It had the Knights of the Nine quest, which was also super cool. That was only like three or 4 hours worth of material. Shivering Isles was like 20.
That is a good point. I mean, Game of the Year editions, if we weren't all like, I need it now type of people, I think most gamers, a new game comes out, it's, I fucking need it. I need to play it. It's going to complete me type of attitude, except maybe younger gamers that don't have jobs and can't afford shit. But those Game of the Year editions are pretty nice values when they get announced. Shadow of Mordor, its Game of the Year edition just got announced this week, and it's, again, going to have the core game, all the cosmetic DLC, all the campaign DLC for a nice low price. I mean,
it's gonna be worth it.
Yeah, it's just like, can you wait that long though, I guess? And I
Yeah.
definitely can. I mean, I have a severe problem with any of my hobbies with waiting. It's Apple Watch announced pre-order. I mean, I don't even have it yet. I'm sure, I know it's just a luxury item. I'm not expecting it to change my life, but do I need it? Absolutely not. But I do. So that's why I bought it. New toys get revealed. Do I need them? No. But I will pre-order $500 worth of fucking Funko Pops because I can't wait. You know, I just got fleeced from the Star Wars Celebration from 2 weeks ago. They released exclusive Funko Pops there, and I had to go on eBay and pay a bunch of people
Ouch.
that are raping idiots like me on a $10 figure. I'm paying, you know, upwards of $40 a Funko Pop
Ouch.
because I have a sickness and I need it now. I feel like if I don't get it now, the price is only going to go higher, or it's just never going to be available again. So that's my problem. And that's just one of many people. I've got all sorts of problems, but one of my problems is not being a serial killer. So I'm doing something right in life. Okay, so shittiest DLC. I'll let you start with this one.
God, I haven't really bought that much DLC. Watch Dogs, the season pass. Humongous ripoff. It was, and I mean, it was only $20. So, you know, in the realm of season passes, it wasn't that bad. But it was like some skins and one shitty mission that took the most interesting character in the game. Like it starred T-Bone, who's like,
right, yeah.
It took him, the most interesting character in the main
dreadlock
game,
guy.
yeah, and made him just as boring and terrible as Aiden Pierce.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Didn't they announce Watch Dogs 2?
I don't care.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I feel.
Care.
That game, I mean, I think I may have reviewed it whenever it came out, and I gave it like an 80. I mean, it wasn't like just a horrible game. It was just average. It was
Yeah.
blandish, you know, nothing. But it wasn't what Ubisoft. I still love that. And the fact that it got delayed after they put out that promotion where it said, hey, make sure to come to Chicago in a month because you'll be done with Los Santos or something, because it came out after GTA 5. And then the shit got delayed till, you know, March or the year later, and it wasn't even close to GTA 5. GTA 5 fucking kicks ass. That game, I'm not even a huge GTA fan. I've never completed a full GTA period, but GTA 5 I did because I love those three assholes, man. Trevor. How can you not like those? I mean, that was just such a odd couple. The three of them are an odd trio. So for me...
Also, sorry, can I add one more?
Yeah.
I'm cheating, I know. The Halo 4 season pass irked me a little bit. And I love Halo 4. It's my favorite game in the franchise. I know people are going to slay me for that. But I think
I'm right there with you,
I think
man.
it's the best.
I love the direction they're taking in this new trilogy. I like that whole Forerunner shit, just that lore.
Oh my God.
Intrigues me.
Yeah. The lore, the plot, the storytelling, like everything is just better.
When you first played that, did you just find yourself having to learn everything about the Didact and the Forerunners? You know, hitting like the Halo wiki, and I guess there's a whole series of Forerunner novels that are considered canon. I haven't read them yet, but it's a trilogy that it essentially explains the Didact's life and how he became an angry motherfucking Didact.
Interesting. Okay.
Anyways, I'm with you with Halo 4.
But yeah, so what they promised was like, okay, you buy your season pass for $25, you get all the maps. And then they released another pack of maps afterwards for $10 more. I'm like, man, I'm really glad I bought the season pass to cover all of my DLC. That didn't cover all of my DLC.
Yeah, I forgot about that. That is a good point. Yeah. That's like one of those, just kidding, a special limited time bonus super duper DLC offer.
Yeah, you get to have a Halo helmet that looks like a football helmet.
It will not be included in the season pass.
Yeah.
All right. So for me, the shittiest DLC, and as I'm sitting here thinking about it, I'm kind of stretching. I'm reaching for something. I'm like drawing a blank here. Oh, fuck. I would say, and this is going to be controversial just because I know people out there love it, but Destiny's expansion pass.
Oh my God, dude.
I spent the fucking $30 and I refused to play the damn game. So I guess I could say that's shitty DLC because the core game was just so monotonous and repetitive to me. I was just like, I haven't even downloaded the first expansion, and House of Wolves that's supposed to fix the game and make it like it should have been last September. I don't even know if I give a shit about that.
Honestly, I've been picking up the game again a little bit here and there because like as I chip as it took me, the past however many months to slowly chip away with my one character to almost have enough Crucible marks and Vanguard reputation and all the other nonsense that you need to get past the game's terrible random number generator and just buy the gear that you need.
Oh my God. I'm getting pissed just thinking about that.
Yeah.
Shit.
It's ridiculous and it's an awful grind. But, I finally have the point where it's just like, okay, my dude's like level 28 now. I've got like 4 more levels to go. Really, all I need to do is get my brother, who has since stopped playing the game because he has 3 level 32 characters. It's just like, I'm fucking bored with it now. Because the game has no end game. And I need to get him to be like, yo, like, you want trying to do some raids with me so I can get my stuff and blah, blah, blah. Anywho, I might pick up House of Wolves because if it fixes all the nonsense, then trust me,
I wanted to love Destiny. All right, I'm not just being a hater to be a hater. I want to love this game. I love Bungie. I think the world they create with Halo is just so deep and rich for an FPS. I love the characters. I love the Chief. I love the Covenant. And then, like I said, we just talked about, I like all this Forerunner shit. But I just felt like Destiny, it was so hollow when it comes to a narrative. I mean, it's just fucking so generic. You really didn't get any of the lore unless you removed yourself from the game and read shit online. I just that kind of bothered me at the start because I know Bungie can craft an interesting universe, but we're essentially just given a
multiplayer title without a campaign.
A repetitive multiplayer game where you literally play the same missions over and over and over and over and over. And like you said, you may get a fucking pile of shit at the end.
You may get nothing.
You could play the hardest fucking mission in the game and get zilch at the end. And sometimes those missions can take an hour or more, and it's fucking grinding and it's stressful because you got to play with other people and you're dying and they're getting pissed at you. It's like, people can't even play together unless, like, friends can't play together unless they've kept at the same skill level. Because if you try to join up with someone that is, like you, a 28, and I'm, a 20.
It's going to be miserable for both of us.
I'm toast. Yeah, I'm just going to get freaking destroyed because nothing scales. Like, the AI doesn't scale to our XP or whatever. So. Yeah. That's me, Destiny. So, next question then. What is the most you've ever spent on DLC?
Probably, I guess, $50 on the Skyrim stuff. Because it was like 20 for Dawnguard, 20 for Dragon,
they had like
20 for Dragonborn, and then 10 for Hearth, whatever.
Something like that.
The Shitty House DLC.
Yeah. And did you feel at the end like the content sort of justified the price?
Yeah, definitely. Like, Especially with, Dragonborn was so good.
No, I agree.
That was like another 8 to 10 hours of really, really cool shit.
And I'm completely on board with that because, it's a nice way. It gives you a break from the game, but then you get to come back and kind of relive why you love the game so much in the first place.
Yeah, and like with Dragonborn, you got to go to a totally different continent. Like, you got to go back to Morrowind.
Yeah.
That was just awesome.
So we've pretty much decided that the only publisher developer out there that knows how to handle DLC is Bethesda.
Pretty much, yeah.
More or less. Okay. Go Bethesda.
Yeah.
I get to go to their E3 presser. I'm kind of excited for that.
Sweet.
Yeah. All right. So for me, and people will laugh at this, but this is me being a fanboy of a franchise and just blindly throwing dollars at it. And this is the Gears of War 3 skin pack overload. And I think I spent probably $100. I don't know if you remember, if you're a big fan of Gears of War 3 or people listening, but you could get like fucking 30 skins for every weapon. You could get skins for every character. And I bought everything. I bought the animated skins, the static skins, the animated suits, the static suits. And I really think by the end, it was close to $100
Damn, man.
of cosmetic DLC. So, yeah, I definitely feel like that was a ripoff. But again, it goes back to me just being loyal to a brand or a franchise and just like, ooh, I want a green gun that glows because people are going to be like, wow, that's cool. And that's going to make me cool. But considering I don't even get into chats with other people, I would never even know what they're saying anyways. And they're probably just telling me I'm gay and I like my mom. So that was definitely a case of Matt just being stupid with his wallet and blindly supporting a game franchise that he loved dearly on the Xbox 360. So that was my big DLC blowout, and it was definitely not worth the $100.
The maps were really good, though.
Yeah. I actually think that's why Cliff probably left Epic, to be honest with you. I think he just got like, man, you guys took my fucking franchise and turned it into a cash printing machine.
Yeah.
So.
Anywho.
Right. What's that?
I said anywho.
Yeah, so that's our stance on DLC. I don't think it's a bad thing if done correctly, but I really am troubled by the trends we are seeing these days with, season passes reaching upwards of $40, $50, sometimes only, 10% less than the full game cost. And then the DLC itself is either cosmetic or features stuff that probably should have been in the core game. So we can get back to maybe the next Bethesda game coming out where you actually get worthwhile DLC that expands upon the gameplay experience. I'm okay with that, but this day one DLC shit and cosmetic and this, that, and the other thing, paying to do easy fatalities in Mortal Kombat X, it's like, holy shit.
Oh, another thing that's good, what CD Projekt Red's doing with Witcher 3. Just being like, yeah, all of our DLC is going to be for free.
Yeah,
like you can just have
get
it
behind that.
Like that's cool too.
Get behind that.
Like you want to give me skins, you want to give me a mission here or there. And
where are the chances that game's not as good as everyone thinks it's going to be? Is there any chance it's going to suck?
I don't know, man. I'm still working through Witcher 2.
Are you a fan of? I've only played Witcher 2.
I'm just starting to play Witcher 2 on my 360, and it's cool. It's really cool, actually.
Yeah, it is, dude. I mean, it's a great world, great characters, and. Like I said, I didn't play the first one, but after finishing the second one, I was like, I can get into this shit. I can get into some Geralt motherfucking witch hunting stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd get down with that.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be fantastic. And they're touting it could the core gameplay experience, I think they said could take someone 200 hours.
Yeah, something absurd like that.
If they want to do everything, that is just obscene.
It's beautiful.
If we get a review copy of that, I definitely will not be taking 2 hours to play it, or 200 hours to play it. I better take 2 hours if it's a review.
Yeah, right.
All right, so let's move into this whole. Again, Keith mentioned when we were kind of talking about what we were going to do on the show before the show went live. He's like, well, Counter-Strike was kind of the grandfather of the multiplayer-only gameplay experience. And I am a complete Counter-Strike noob. I know nothing about the franchise. I know people still go cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs over it. It's still being played. People make mods for it, this, that, and the other thing. But more recently, the games within the last year or two that have done this, Titanfall was a big one. I mean, that game, when people saw it at E3, they're like, holy fuck, yeah! Infinity Ward Part 2 is kicking ass again. This is going to be better than Call of Duty and blah, blah, blah. And while the multiplayer is fantastic, when they announced that there's no campaign, I was gutted. I'm like, what? How do you create this brand new sci-fi universe with these bitchin' looking Titans and not have any sort of story wrapped around it? I mean, what am I missing here?
I don't know, man. There's so much lore tucked into the loading screens.
I know.
And the BS little multiplayer campaigan. I air quoted, but you couldn't see me. That they
I was going to bring that up. I mean, you can't even call that a campaign.
No, it's
another fucking play. It's a multiplayer playlist, essentially.
And you couldn't pay attention to what was going on. Because, I don't know about you, but I'm more worried about getting kills and, owning shit in my Titan and capturing
I'm not
hard
trying
points.
to play multiplayer and experience a story. Yeah. I mean, unless it's co-op multiplayer, but just a multiplayer PvE, PvP, Get the fuck out of here. I'm focused on getting killed repeatedly by running out like an asshole and just getting picked off by the same sniper.
Yeah, it's like get your little talking head animation out of the corner of my screen so I can see what's up there, please. Thank you very much.
I mean, people make fun of, I don't know if it was Battlefield 4, Battlefield 3. It had like a 3.5 hour, 4 hour campaign. It was generic. I'm like, so what? It's still a fucking campaign. It's still 4 hours of gameplay. I mean, I still get to, get some sort of little story out of it. I mean, I really am a big fan of narratives in games. I like a story. I like a plot. I like characters. I'm not just in it to compete and be on a leaderboard. A, because I'll never be even close to a leaderboard ever again in my life, and B, I just get my ass kicked. But I want to be entertained, and really just pure multiplayer doesn't entertain me. So I'm not a fan of this trend. Titanfall did it. Evolve did it. Evolve's another game. I was like, this is a great looking game. I love the concept. The characters seem cool. The planet, the monsters, and sure as shit, Turtle Rock. Oh yeah, by the way, it's not going to have a campaign. Guess what? I got the game, played it for a week so I could review it, and returned it immediately. Because I'm like, I'm never going to play this online again. None of my friends play it online. I don't really care to play it online. There's no campaign, so see you later. I'll get my $30 from GameStop.
Yeah, much like Titanfall, I think the community just disappeared even faster than Titanfalls did for Evolve.
Oh yeah, I mean,
it's non-existent. They're
trying so hard to bring people in. I mean, every week for the past, at least through April, they've been doing these special events promising free skins and this, that, and the other thing. And like you said, I think it's completely gone. And I mean, maybe that'll start showing these developers that, maybe we do need more to our game than just pure multiplayer.
Yeah.
I think you could sell a Call of Duty pure multiplayer.
You could. Probably should.
I would be upset because I love the stupid ass Bayham campaigns. I mean, it's like I look forward to it every November to play the Call of Duty, the latest Call of Duty campaign on Veteran, and just see how fucking crazy it is and the new gear they've cooked up. And Black Ops 3, we finally know the setting, and it's going to be very similar to Advanced Warfare. People are going to have, it's like Deus Ex type of shit where they have biogenetic implants and this, that, and the other thing. So I do enjoy those campaigns, but I could see people, just because, it is like the juggernaut of multiplayer still. They'll play that shit, multiplayer shit, over and over and over and over. But certain games, especially these new ones, I think they almost need a campaign to get people to buy into the lore of the series.
Yeah, and I don't know. I think if you want to drop a like pure multiplayer game like that, dropping it for $40 is great.
Bam. There you go. That is a good point. And I know
they take millions and millions and millions of dollars to develop, and thousands upon thousands of man hours. But from a pure consumer standpoint, like if you're saving the money and labor hours by not developing a campaign and hiring, top-notch voice talent, then how is that going to translate to the consumer?
Yeah, I think as long as we feel there's value, I think we can forgive some of these sins. But when you're asking $60 for essentially a multiplayer playlist that just rotates, it's like, okay, that seems to be off. I could buy Skyrim, these days for probably $30. Yeah, $10, and it gives me 200 hours of content. Or I could buy Evolve for $60, and I literally could see everything it has to offer within 3 or 4 hours. So that is definitely a bummer. And going on to the most recent game to do this, and this one is soul crushing to me, and that's Star Wars Battlefront. I'm still gonna buy the game. I'm still kind of hyped for the game, but fuck, how do you not bake some sort of campaign into a new Star Wars game?
I don't even know, man. It's really depressing to think about.
I don't believe the original Battlefronts had a true campaign, but I think they at least had like a generic single player campaign.
Like something.
At least. There you go. It at least does protein shake burp there. It at least took you to all the planets and got you experience with the different types of soldier classes and shit like that from what I can remember. So it
like
encouraged you
nothing to write
through.
home about, but
Yeah. But it was something to do on your own that was kind of fun. And, you know, I was somewhat brain dead back when those came out. I remember just playing Battlefront 2 over and over and over. I mean, just against the AI. I mean, I loved it.
Yeah, that's what my friends and I did.
It was a big ass bummer for DICE to say, oh yeah, by the way, this is not going to have any multiplayer. It's a fantastic looking game. It's fucking Star Wars. It's original trilogy setting. It's going to have a tie into The Force Awakens. I mean, everything's super awesome. And then they're like, yeah, no campaign. So that...
How are they going to tie it into The Force Awakens if there's no campaign? There's a question.
Well... Good point, and I guess we'll have to find out if the Battle of Jakku DLC does it have, you know, maybe a cutscene here or there, or a little bit of a narrative, or is it just missions taking place on Jakku?
Yeah,
because that's supposed to be the bridge between the old trilogy and the new shit going on. So. That is a bummer, man. That was a bummer because I was really hoping to at least get some sort of generic campaign. Just looking at the beautiful world that DICE created. I mean, they used all official Lucasfilm assets and the archives, and they went to the forest where they filmed Jedi and Iceland. I mean, they do all this work to make the game look beautiful, and then it's just going to be multiplayer. You know, let me play as Luke. You know, let me run around as Luke or Han or just a fucking generic rebel soldier. I don't give a shit, or a stormtrooper.
Yeah.
But no,
we'll see
DICE.
when we hear some more about it. And, you know.
I mean, who knows? If it is a multiplayer game where I feel somewhat competent and not intimidated to get my ass handed to me by 10-year-olds over and over, maybe it will be an addictive gameplay experience that I want to come back to. But I mean, the older I get, the less inclined I am to just play multiplayer all the time. Mainly because a lot of my friends, they don't game anymore, or they're getting old too, and they don't have time to put in the multiplayer. But it's not me, man. Give me my iPad with my free fucking Marvel Mighty Heroes, and I'm good to go.
Yeah, I'm just scared that what's going to happen with, you know, your Titanfalls. Same thing happened with Halo 4. Back when it came out, people are going to be really into it for a month, 2 months, 2 weeks, and then they're going to go back to playing Call of Duty, or then they're going to go back to playing Destiny, and the community is going to dry up, and you're not going to be able to find a match anymore.
Yep.
Because that's what happens. You jump on Titanfall, there's like 1,000 people playing worldwide.
Oh my God, dude. And they've greenlit a sequel. I mean, they made enough money on the first one. They're like, yeah, fuck, a sequel sounds like a good idea. Whatever. Yeah. Like I said, I'm a free to play gamer these days anyway. So I'm not even an authority on real gaming anymore. I spend so much time with these, and there's a new Marvel game that came out yesterday. I'm scared to even start it because I think it might wrap me in like the other one. I'm literally, I have a problematic obsession with Marvel Mighty Heroes at this point because I've gotten into the top tier league. I'm in the Vibranium League.
Nice.
And as long as you place in the top 20 each week, so each mission plays out over a week's time, as long as you end up in the top 20 of Vibranium, you're going to get a badass 4-star character, if you will.
All right.
So it literally, I mean, I wake up in the morning, I'm like, oh shit, my 20 gameplay bolts have recharged. I can play 20 times, and hopefully I can make up enough ground on the guys that are at 14 right now, and I want to get to 13. Right now I'm thinking like, fuck, I've let it go for 6 hours. That means all my energy is regenerated. I'm wasting time. I need to be building my score because, god damn it, I want Thane next Wednesday. He's Thane, the son of Thanos, is the big character you can win. So last week it was Ronin. Week before that was Groot. I'm telling you, this game is fucking crack, people. It is crack. I highly suggest don't buy it. Download it, play it. Don't spend money on it. This is the first game, free game, that got me to spend money, and I feel dirty because of it. But that just goes to show you how addicted I am to this game. So it's definitely in the rotation with Star Wars Commander, Boom Beach, Call of Duty Heroes, and SimCity Build It. All right, man. So let's start winding this thing down.
Sure.
So we've been sitting here kind of complaining about current trends in game development. So let's bring some positivity into the cast.
Word.
And let's talk about something that we do appreciate in game development these days. Some new trends we do appreciate. I don't know if you have one off the top of your head. You want to start?
Okay, here's one that I have mixed feelings about. HD remasters.
Good one.
Because, okay, so I have two recent stories for HD remasters. One was over the last summer, I played The Last of Us Remastered. And I never played it on PS3. I know that it had only been out for a year. I also knew that it had swept pretty much every award ever invented ever.
Yeah, it's a no-brainer game.
Yeah, that was one of the best fucking video games I've ever played in my entire life. And I got to play it with a better controller, and it was prettier. Man.
Yeah, I'm like jealous now because I also picked it up because I love the game so much, but I put it in. I'm like, I've already fucking played this. You know, I mean, we've talked about on other casts where when you're kind of in the biz, your game time is sort of decided for you.
Yeah.
So when you do have free time, you either want to catch up on a backlog or try something new. So as great as The Last of Us is, I'm probably 3 hours into the remastered version and I just walked away. It's been months.
And it's not a short game either.
Fuck no, that's what I mean. It's just like I don't have time to dedicate a whole nother playthrough to that. So yeah, you're a lucky dog there.
Yeah, man, I understand how privileged I was to have that experience. And then the next one is I never played the first Halo until last night.
Are you kidding me?
Well, I beat it last night.
What the fuck were you doing back in 2001?
Not having an Xbox.
What about when it came out for the 360?
Not having I just didn't care for a while, and
holy shit, man! You may be the only gamer on the planet that hasn't played Halo Combat Evolved, or now you have.
Well, yeah, now I have. I've beaten it, and now I'm on to Halo 2, which I never played. I played like the multiplayer and stuff. I never played the campaign.
I think you have to put yourself in gamers timeout tonight.
Oh my God,
and reflect on your decisions in life.
Yeah, but here's the thing, man. It's so pretty now.
Oh my God, Halo 2 is, I mean, it looks,
crap,
Halo 2
dude.
On Halo MCC, I mean, when Halo MCC came out, I got it early. I didn't have the multiplayer issues, obviously, because a bunch of people weren't on. I gave it a 10 out of 10, and I still stand by that, just based on the single player content. I mean, you're getting 4 fucking Halo games, 2 of them completely remade, tons of content, tons of this, that, and the other thing. I mean, that's for $60.
That's like that. That is the way. Like, if you're gonna remaster some games, like give me 4 or 5 games. Like, don't give me just Gears of War HD. Give me Gears of War 1, 2, 3, and fucking Judgment HD.
Yeah, I mean, that's why it bums me out so hard that 343 completely fucked the multiplayer at launch, because Halo MCC should have been the best game of 2014.
Pretty much.
It was 4 old games, but I've never seen a value like that in the quality you got. I mean, again, barring the multiplayer.
Which is like slowly getting better. I was able to connect.
That is a huge bummer, because I love playing like the Halo 1 multiplayer again, Halo 2. I mean, that shit's just, it's super nostalgic for me. But
it's also
what
competitive
they did with
as
Halo,
balls.
Yeah, it's Halo multiplayer. I mean, Halo multiplayer is what essentially skyrocketed, console FPSs into the stratosphere. It's just like you're saying with Halo 2 Remastered. I mean, it looked like a next gen game, and this game was developed in what, 2004? Yeah,
came out the same year Half-Life 2.
And even the Halo Combat Evolved, the reskin on that.
The 360 remaster for that was gorgeous.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, they're beautiful. And that to me is, I'm with you. The HD remasters that kind of bother me are, like you said, The Last of Us, that's a weird one, or like God of War 3. I mean, shit that just came out on the last console. I mean, at least the Halos were 2 consoles ago, and that kind of made sense. And they even beautified Halo 3 and Halo 4, added in the 60 FPS and all that fun stuff, which looks fantastic in a Halo game, by the way. God, man, I'm getting a boner just thinking about it. I need to beat the Halo 3 campaign and 4. I only did the first 2 when I was reviewing.
Gotcha.
So, but I mean, that game, it gave you like 4,000 achievements. I mean, that's a value.
And like I just discovered, I'm still discovering stuff from that game. Like I just found out the scenario playlists.
Oh, the playlist, dude. Yeah,
Holy
you could play,
crap, that's so cool.
You could play every mission from all 4 games, or you could just play vehicle missions, or just play alien missions,
like the epic battle missions. Where it's just God, that's so cool. It's awesome.
I'm telling you, man. Like I said, 343 just shot themselves in the foot when they dropped that game, because that game has legs that could go years. I mean, there's so much content in there. Yeah. But it was all buggy, and it still isn't perfect, which is just mind-blowing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I do... I'm a nostalgic junkie, so I kind of like HD remasters. But like I said, if it's only a couple years old, I think that's just... people are trying to take advantage of loyal customers of a franchise there.
Yeah.
So for me, what I appreciate in modern development is, and I'm going to get flack for this, but I like free-to-play games. It's no secret. I just was ranting about Marvel Mighty Heroes and Star Wars Commander, but I love developers taking to these mobile platforms, which now, the iPad, the iPhones, the Androids, they can spit out HD quality games. The graphics are, better than 360 and PS3. So it's not like they're just chintzy, crappy experiences. But if you play them right, if you're someone that's busy in life and you don't just fucking sit in your basement all day and scratch your ass and eat and play video games, these free-to-play games for phones and mobile devices are great ways to just mix in some gameplay throughout your day. Every day around 11:30 at night, I'm like, all right, I'm going to put down the console game. I'm going to fire up my iPad, and I'm going to play my free-to-play mobile titles. I'm going to make my moves in Star Wars Commander. I'm going to make my moves in Boom Beach. I'm going to make my moves in SimCity Build It, and then I'm going to try for world domination in Marvel Mighty Heroes. All without spending $1, except that I finally did on Marvel Mighty Heroes, but that's because I'm a sucker for the Hulk, and I thought I was going to get an indestructible Hulk, but they fucking tricked me because you're really just paying for a spin of the dice, and you just get a random character anyways. So
who'd you get?
I got... Who the hell was it? Manifold, who I didn't even know who the fuck that is.
Nope.
I guess he's like from Secret Warriors or some shit. Cool. He's kind of a badass, but he's not the fucking Hulk.
Yeah.
And by the way, no spoilers here, but the Hulk again is my favorite part of the Avengers films. I fucking love that guy.
Word.
It's not even Ruffalo. I just love the fucking Hulk, the green one. So yeah, to me, and I know a lot of people are disgusted by free to play. They're like, I'd just rather pay money and play the game. But I've been playing Star Wars Commander for probably since it came out, which is going on maybe 2 years. And I haven't spent a dime, and I play it every single day, and I look forward to playing it every single day. Same thing, SimCity Build It. I played it every day since last December, and I look forward to it. Marvel Mighty Heroes, multiple times a day, just because I'm obsessed with the leaderboard. So I'm all about that shit. I like that trend because I think you can get pretty good gameplay experiences for free.
Most popular game in the world is free. League of Legends.
Is it really?
Yeah, man. You pay for they have I don't play, but I have a lot of friends that do, and they have this rotating stable of champions that you can play as, and it's kind of like the way that Killer Instinct works on the Xbox One, where you have a week you have a free character, and then if you want to keep playing as that character, you want to keep playing as that champion, you got to pay $2 or $3 or $5 or whatever dollars, and that's your character. It's easy to do what people do and drop a couple $100 on this nonsense, because you want everybody, or you want 50 skins for your one character, but yeah. Yeah, it's free to play.
Huh. Yeah, that's fantastic. Look at the legs behind that. Shit, it was just aired on ESPN and gave Colin Cowherd a fucking boner. He's so upset about it, even though ESPN airs spelling bees, fucking bowling, pool, poker.
Fantasy football.
Yeah, and you're going to get bent out of shape over a video game? It's whatever, dude. That's Colin Cowherd. I didn't... Yeah. again, I am not your typical, and I'm never going to call myself a games journalist. I'm not a fucking journalist. I'm a blogger at best. But just seeing some of the top tier sites and top tier people pop off this week, I'm just like, you know what, people, get a fucking life. Who gives a shit? I mean, that's Colin Cowherd. That's his gimmick. He's on ESPN to be controversial, and look how much play it's got ESPN this week. I mean, for the first 3 days of the week, it was calling this, calling that, calling this. And then you had outlets fighting each other. You know, Game Informer was calling out Polygon for, you know, calling a twit, you know, because now in gaming, you can't really make fun of anyone. You can't even be sarcastic because you're going to offend some member of the population out there. It's just like, sometimes I question why I even like video games anymore.
Because video games are awesome, man.
Yeah, they are. It's the fucking people, it's the media around them that are really starting to annoy me.
We're terrible people.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm part of the problem, except I'm not. So, all right, Keith, I think that was a good discussion in the land of video games. Let's go ahead and put this cast to bed. So, you know, we talked about recent trends in games we don't like. We don't like some of the new DLC models, especially with Batman Arkham Knight saying, you give us $40 and just trust us, the DLC will be worth it. Or, you know, MKX, you can pay for in-game fatalities, shit like that. But there is some great DLC out there, you know, the Bethesda, Skyrims, Fallouts, worthwhile content. And we've been duped sometimes, like myself with Gears of War 3 dropping $100 on skins. As well as, you know, I guess I think we kind of understand why multiplayer-centric games drop campaigns. It doesn't mean we have to like it, and we definitely don't like it, or I don't. I keep saying we. It may not be Keith. I'm just talking about the mouse in my pocket. I don't like it.
I'm all about that lore, man. Yeah, I wanted to know so much more about Titanfall's really awesome world.
Yeah, I mean, considering you're a master of the English language and writing and literature, I'd assume you'd want to get more.
I'm into narrative a little bit.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, a little bit. You do it professionally. I pretend to do it professionally. And then, you know, we just kind of wrapped up with some trends we do appreciate. I like the free to play games. Keith likes, I forget, what the hell did you like?
HD remasters sometimes.
Yeah, there you go. HD remasters with an asterisk next to it. Yeah. So that's that. Hopefully you have taken our knowledge or our bullshit and have enhanced your life with it.
Made yourself a better geek.
Yeah, exactly. You know, that's our aim in life. Our mission statement is to make you a better geek one post at a time. All you have to do is browse to entertainmentboo.com and start clicking around and looking at all the lovely random content we have up there. For example, today I found a fucking video that someone dubbed Jar Jar Binks into the Star Wars The Force Awakens trailer. That's the type of shit you can expect to find on Entertainment Buddha. I've got a video, I'm probably not going to do it tonight, maybe tomorrow. It's where the Deadpool from X-Men Origins Wolverine fights the real Deadpool. It's fantastic. So you never know what you're going to find on entertainmentboo.com. So that means you just need to get your ass over there on a daily basis. Follow us on Twitter at EntBuddha. Follow myself at Matt R. Haywood. Follow Keith at
KW Matthias.
You got it. And if you don't remember all that, you can just go to the website, go to Meet the Staff page. You can find our socials on there, or you can also find the socials for Entertainment Buddha. So if you like listening to me on the radio, you can always download the Raw Radio broadcast app for iOS and whatnot, or look for my tweets from @GetRaw. I've got a little bit of a following go there. This is where I do EB recaps every night just to kind of talk about what's on the site and why you should be checking it out. So without further ado, we're going to put this bitch to bed. So Keith, it's been real, my friend. Stay safe. No looting this weekend. No burning.
Damn, okay.
Yes, put your black hoodie and face mask back in the closet. You have achieved your goal. All right, geeks, keep it real. Enjoy the fight this weekend. Enjoy the draft if you're sports fans.
Go see Avengers.
Yes, definitely go see Avengers. I caught it last night. It's well worth it. I don't anyone that says it's not good is a fucking asshole. And that's my opinion, but my opinion is correct. I do not understand how people cannot like these types of movies. And it's usually the movie critics out there that, you know, they take themselves too seriously and all they care about are films like Birdman and, you know, art house type of shit. The movie's fucking great. Sets up tons of stuff for Phase 3. We're ready to rock and roll into the future. Bring on that cosmic universe. So Live long and prosper. May the force be with you. And true believers, we love you. I'm out.
Deuces.